Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat mga katribu. Palapit na po ang Christmas. What better way than to learn how to heal ourselves? Kaya ba natin yan? Meron ba tayong kapangyarihan sa loob ng ating puso at kaisipan? Ang sagot ng ating patikan na parapsychologist na si Jaime Licauco ay yes na yes. Please welcome back to Kalingang Katribo by special and unanimous demand, Jim Licauco. Hi, Jim.
Hello. Nice to see you again.
Oh, ang ganda ng series natin, di ba, Jim?
Yeah.
Our topic today is, we did remote viewing the last time, but our topic today is self-healing. So,
through visualization.
Through visualization.
Yes.
How is that possible, Jim? Can you please show us the way?
All right. Self-healing through visualization is the process by which we create an image in our mind, and manipulating the image also has an effect on the body. Now, this is before it was just laughed at, and people didn't believe in it. The medical community, of course, didn't understand this, and so they dismissed it. But there's a lot of evidence now. In fact, I have about 5 books on self-healing through visualization, how imagery can be used to heal ourselves of any kind of illness. Now, why is this possible? Mm-hmm. See, it was found that our body, we have what we call what they call neurotransmitter, neurotransmitter and receptor. It is like talking to our body, but we don't talk in terms of language, or verbal. But there is a interaction between our mind and our body, and we can communicate with our body through visualization, through imagery, and sometimes even just talking to your body. It will have an effect. So that is the basis for this visualization process for healing ourselves. And of course, not everything can be healed by visualization. There is some life-threatening illness and all that, but in many cases, the most common illnesses are amenable to this kind of healing process, and it's safe. It is safe. It is no side effects, and it's easy to do even children.
I said, tulad ng gamot. Yung mga gamot may side effect, di ba?
Oh yeah, ito walang side effects. And this is, I think, it is important for us to understand the rationale behind this. Bakit? What does it work? It may not always work all the time. Admitted yan, neither do medicines get effective all the time. There are conditions which we should have in order for it to be effective. And if these conditions are not met, then it won't have any effect.
I see.
But these conditions are very, very simple. It's just relaxing your mind, being relaxed, being not tense, not in a hurry, and going to meditative state creates a certain synchronization between the left side of the brain and the right side, thereby creating a sort of a passageway between our brain and our body. So there are technical things to talk about, like neurotransmitter, receptor, but these are technical terms. The easier way to explain it is that we can talk to our body. That's what it all means.
Napakahalaga and very important, the role of one's mind.
Yes.
In this
it has been established.
Technique.
It has been established by many medical practitioners and medical researchers now. More and more people, or in the medical field, are beginning to realize its importance, as an adjunct, help in the healing process. But it has no clinical value. You don't hear anybody, any doctor is advocating imagery for healing, except one. No, there is one doctor, a psychiatrist in the United States. His name is Jeffrey Epstein. He's not the one that was. He's not the one that was accused of sexual harassment or abuse. He died already about a year ago. And Epstein is known to use imagery in his healing process. He does not prescribe drugs. He prescribes a visualization as a pill. So he said, you visualize this for 2 weeks, once a day, no, or 1 hour a day, for 2 weeks, or for 1 week, or for several days. And many times she has a book, a whole book of many examples of different visualization, visual imagery for every kind of illness, no? For heart ailment, for diabetes, for arthritis. He has certain imagery suggestions in one whole book. And he was featured in many books about alternative healing because of his method of healing. So it is not something that is how do you call it, laughable, no, not anymore. There are many books being written now, no? But my favorite book is by Martin Rossmann. This book.
Let me see. Healing Yourself.
Can
and
you
there's
see
a pyramid.
Yes, Rossmann is a doctor of medicine, and he is well known for using imagery. I find his method to be most compatible to my interest, and it resonates with me compared to the other books. Also, Jeffrey Epstein also, maganda rin yung libro niya, no? But I prefer this Martin Rossmann method, and this is what I actually teach in my classes. No? I use it, the methodology. I have modified it for a bit for Filipinos, but it's basically Martin Rossmann's visualization method. Okay.
What you're saying then, Jim, for every illness or every kind of illness, there's a different technique.
Well, the technique is the same.
It's the same.
Forming an image, yes. I will give you examples later on. We'll have actual examples in my class of how they use visualization. And you see, in using visualization, you don't bother about logic, whether it is ridiculous or impossible. You accept it.
No judgment then.
Because these images are coming from your subconscious mind, and the subconscious is not logical. No? And I'll give you examples later. You'll be laughing when I give some, but it works. No, it works. So self-healing has become, well, it's not really accepted yet, but it is harmless. No, I mean, what will you lose? Nothing. You don't lose anything.
If it works, why shouldn't we try it? And
it has no side effects.
Harmless, no side effects. At kung makakatulong sa ating technique na yun, bakit hindi? Ito po ang tinuturuan ni Jimmy Licauco sa kanyang webinars. And when is your next webinar, Jim?
And Danielle will flash it later on. She's the one that holds the schedule.
Okay.
We have one.
You sent us some very interesting photographs. Can we start?
Okay. Okay, these are case histories, no? Let's start with Norman Cousin. Norman Cousin is a very well-known. He's the editor of New Yorker, I think, the New Yorker. And he had an illness, went to the doctor, and they examined him, and he has a very serious ailment, which is fatal. What they had is called ankylosing spondylitis. Ankylosing spondylitis is a kind of spinal column disease, no, that makes you parang kuba and all that, and very painful. And the worst part of this is that it has no cure, even up to now. There is no cure for ankylosing spondylitis. So when he was told that, he was of course quite shocked, no, that well, what can we do? The doctor said, I'm sorry, but there is no cure for your ailment. So what he did not give up. He went into alternative medicine. He went into so many things like herbal, chiropractic, Chinese medicine, and all that. And he tried every possible alternative medicine, and it didn't work for him. So one time, I don't know how he got hold of the idea that he left the hospital against the doctor's orders and maybe went to a hotel or a beach, I think. I'm not sure whether it's a beach. Bringing with him funny stories, joke books, comedy films. And he started laughing.
Just
Every
like
day
that.
he would open the book or watch it.
No one taught him that he should laugh.
No, nobody taught him. Because
Instinctive.
he noticed that when he laughs, the pain somehow subsides. He noticed that. So he said, well, maybe if I keep on laughing, I can stand this. So what he did is throughout the day, he was alone. He would laugh like crazy. Morning, noon, and evening, he was laughing and laughing and laughing. And he noticed that the more he laughed, the less the pain happens. So, then after 1 month, 30 days, he felt good. He went back to the doctor. The doctor examined him and said, Norman, you're completely cured. You have no more ankylosing spondylitis. What did you do? He didn't tell them what to do because nobody will believe him. What he did is to laugh and laugh. No? See, at that time, medical science didn't know the effect of laughter on the body. Now we know, or they know. When you laugh or when you enjoy what you are doing, you produce two chemicals in your body. These chemicals are, let me see, I forgot. It will come later on. These two chemicals
dopamine
are,
and serotonin.
No, not serotonin. It's
dopamine.
No, serotonin, this is ano yun sa mga depression and antidote for depression and all that. No. It's not. It's produced by the body when we enjoy what we are doing, and this is it reduces pain also. No, like it's like something that reduces pain, and also this particular drug or chemical is also used for cancer cure. Endorphin. Yes, one is endorphin. No, and the other I forgot. But it is something that's being used against cancer, and that's what is produced by the body when we laugh, and that is the reason why he got cured. No, after 1 month, it took him 1 month to do this, not 1 day, but he was patient enough to do this. So after he wrote a book called Anatomy of an Illness, where he described what he did. Of course, nobody believed him at the time. So, but he is a very respectable person, very credible. He's not cuckoo. He's editor of the New Yorker magazine or newsletter or whatever. So he was very respectable, and he died already, but not because of his illness. But matagal na ito.
That's fantastic news.
Yeah, and it's true. It's recorded, documented. In other words, you see, this ankylosing spondylitis has no cure, even up to now. And just by laughing, he was able to cure himself.
Amazing.
You see? So, how do you explain this?
How?
Magic. So it's the mind talking to the body and healing the body through the neurotransmitter and receptors. No, yung neurotransmitter receptor parang lock and key yan. For every neurotransmitter, there is a receptor that receives it. This information, and we have several. I forgot how many. But we have several of this in our body, from the head down to the feet. There are receptors and neurotransmitters. And so every second, we are talking to our body. So that's the reason also why if you're depressed or if you feel negative, you feel sick. It's because you're telling your body to get sick. So this is the principle behind it. Okay, so that's one.
That's a very fine example, Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, and it's true. It's something that is documented. But no. Next we have another example of this. Oh well, this is Carl Simonton was an oncologist. A cancer specialist. He was really quite disappointed with the usual method of treating cancer, which is through chemotherapy and radiation or cobalt. And he was disappointed. And so he thought of doing something else. And what he did is through visualization, but a special kind of visualization. He taught cancer patients to imagine a scenario, a drama, in the mind of representing the cancer cells with something, object, and the white cell as another object. For example, there is this teenager who had cancer, who was 17, 18 years old. He visualized his cancer cells as Indians and the white cell as cowboy.
Cowboys and Indians.
So what he would do is every day he would visualize the cowboys shooting. The Indians wouldn't like this story. The Indians wouldn't like this story. But that's the story, Right. He would visualize that the cowboy will shoot the Indian until he could no longer see any Indian in his body, in his imagination. He was completely cured.
Amazing.
Then there is another, a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old boy who had cancer. And he visualized his cancer cell as, Pac-Man and the one that is called ghost yata, no?
Right.
So the ghost of the cancer cells and Pac-Man is the white cell, no? Yung immune system. So every day, this child will imagine his body having these two characters, no? Pac-Man and his ghost, what they call a ghost, no? The enemy, until he could no longer see ghosts, no? Kinain na Pac-Man. This boy got cured also of cancer. Amazing. There was a housewife who imagined her cancer cell as dust, dust, and the white cell as vacuum cleaner.
Nice, I like that.
So what she would do is she would go all over her body. When she sees the dust, she would sweep it away, or what to call it, through the vacuum clean it. And she could no longer see any of this dust. She got cured. So after so many of these examples, Carl Simonton went to the medical community and presented his findings. And you know what happened? They laughed at him. They threw his study out of the window. Said, "You want us to believe this nonsense?" Sa mga doktor sa kanya, "This is nonsense. How can you cure cancer with visualization?" So he was thrown out. No, so what did he do? Well, okay, said, "You want to play the game? I'll play your game." You know what he did? He started getting statistics of people with the same cancer, and then same treatment of being. But one group, he taught visualization, and the other group did not undergo visualization, but they have the same cancer, the same stage, stage 1 or stage 2, the same lahat. So kaya, and then there is this, of course, the control, which they did not have any visualization. What happened? None of those that did visualization died. None died. Those that did not go into the visualization process, several of them died. The way statistics would say the number, and it was true. It followed the pattern of so many deaths, and so many are same, and very few, or I don't think anybody got healed.
Okay. So, Jim, stop right there. Abangan po ninyo si Jimmy Licauco sa aming pagbabalik. Huwag po kayong aalis.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, The Daily Tribune Special Coverage.
Chris masaya, pagsama-sama. Bong, yung naumpisahan ko, tapusin mo. Mga bagong highway, tulay, tren, dapat ma-enjoy na kaagad ng mga tao yan. Kailangan lahat bakunado at laging may ayuda pag kailangan. Huwag dapat makabalik ang mga drug lords para ligtas ang pamilya. Yung ginawa mong malasakit centers, maganda yan. Padamihin mo pa. Magkasama tayo. Tayo ang nagsimula. Tuloy-tuloy lang, Bong.
Mapalutong bahay man o sumptuous meal for special occasions, sagot na kayo ng tropang Kalanpag. Dahil atid sa inyo ng Daily Tribune ang fun and exciting cooking show na Kalanpag, manood at matuto kung paano lutuin ang mga favorite nyong recipes. Sabayan pa ng fun and inspiring na kwentuhan sa kusina. I-upgrade na rin natin ang mga nakasanayang traditional dish ng pamilya. Plus, healthy tipid tips na ibabahagi ng tropang Kalanpag. Matuto, mabusog at ma-good vibes dito lang sa Kalanpag tuwing Lunes, 10:30 AM sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at TribuneNow on YouTube.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still phone remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with the network that gets better every day for you.
Be updated sa news and happenings Katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at TribuneNow on YouTube. Chris masaya, pagsama-sama.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, The Daily Tribune Special Coverage.
Welcome back mga katribo. Ayan po ang ating episode ngayon, Self-Healing Through Visualization. And our guest is Jaime Licauco. Okay, Jim, let's continue.
I have many examples. We'll present some of this. Anyway, let's continue with Carl Simonton.
Okay.
So what he did, he gathered statistics. And when he had enough statistics, he went back to the medical community and said, here are your statistics showing that visualization works. And because of this, now I understand several hospitals in the US are using the Carl Simonton technique as an adjunct for cancer. See? They didn't laugh at him anymore. See?
He had the last laugh.
He had the last laugh. I think he already died. No, I'm sorry to hear that. So that's Carl Simonton. Let's have another.
Okay, another example.
What else?
Halimbawa ng self-healing to visualization.
This is an interesting. You know, in visualization, you don't look for logic what it is that will come out. No matter impossible, ridiculous it is, you accept it. That's the rule. No?
Right.
So here is one case where that is interesting. This man is 35-year-old. His name is Anthony Vivero, who was sinusitis for 10 years. And during the visualization, he was asked to represent his sinusitis as something to represent with an image, and the cure as another image. So when I said that, what came to his mind spontaneously was he was on top of a hill or a mountain with a red Lamborghini car beside him,
Wow.
And what is the problem? There was no road going down. There was no road. So he was stuck there. That represented the sinusitis. Okay. So in the next moment, I said, think of the solution to this problem. He saw a road materialize, no, from the hill downwards to the highway. When he saw that, he rode the Lamborghini, he drove it down the hill and until it disappears the highway. When we finished this seminar, his visualization, his sinusitis is gone. That's more than 15. Yeah, more than 15 years ago. Up to now, he has no sinusitis. And now, what is the connection between his imagery and the sinusitis? The imagery of there is no logical connection. However, from the point of view of the subconscious, there is a symbolism there. No? They are both stuck. So when you have sinusitis, you're stuck. There is a how do you call it? A figure of speech. No? It's very interesting. No? This was explained in one of the books why it works, because the subconscious mind created the image. That's why when I ask people to visualize, I don't tell them what image to imagine. I tell them to use whatever image comes to your mind.
So it has to be something personal to the
yes, anything that comes out. It can be a cartoon character, it can be Superman or not, but it works nevertheless.
Pwedeng magic wand, magic wand.
Pwede rin, yes. Because the subconscious mind obeys the conscious. So that's what it is, no? So let's have another example.
This is all mind-boggling, huh? Yan mga katribu, totoong storya po ito.
Next. Okay, this is something interesting. His last name is Santos, no? Engineer. He was working with the USIS before at that time. No? Tagal na itong example ito, but very interesting example. So he had this pain, back pain, serious, no? And so we asked to relax and all that, and then form an image of the problem. And what came to his mind was a basketball court with 5 black American players who did not want to play. That was the image of the sickness. They did not want to play. They were chatting, they were lying down and all that. That was the image of the problem. You see how far it is. And then I'll count from 1 to 3. At the count of 3, think of an image, or form an image that will represent the cure for this. You know what happened? Robert Jaworski came into the picture, no? And when Robert Jaworski saw this black Americans not one, he started boxing them, running after them, until they disappeared in the shoulder. When he opened his eyes, his back pain was gone. Now, no connection with Jaworski. There is none, logically. In fact, when I met Jaworski, I forgot to tell him that story because I met him one time accidentally in a social gathering. I forgot to tell him about how he appeared in one of my classes, no? Visualization. Well, it's illogical, it's non-logical, but it works. See? So that's engineers. And these people will confirm this to you, no? Will say, yeah, it's true, it happens. Next.
Wow. I'm so impressed, Jimmy.
Yeah, ito maganda. Because may medical proof, no? There is an accounting clerk or audit clerk from United Coconut Planters Bank, no? Her name is Susan something, no? And 1 month before the seminar, she had an ultrasound. Remember, may medical proof ito. 1 month before the seminar, she had an ultrasound. And the ultrasound showed the myoma, no? The myoma. Okay. Then she went to the seminar, not because of this, but because I think it was on ASP and all that, and inner mind development. And when she did it, there was going to be a self-healing process included in the course. So she went through the process of visualizing, form an image of your problem, myoma, and she saw a coconut. She's working with the United Coconut Planters Bank. So yung image ng yung logo ng yung UCPB nagpunta sa utak niya, no?
Okay.
So now then what is wrong with it? It's alive, it is growing, it is green, all that, and it's fresh. Then I'll count from 1 to 3. At the count of this, from another image that will represent the solution to the problem. What happened? She saw the coconut that dry up. It dried up, became brown, dried up. Nag-dry up. That was the visualization. Then she went back to the radiologist who took the ultrasound a month before. There was no more myoma.
Unbelievable.
No more. This is on record. Cory, this is not kwento kochero.
No.
This has been a medical proof. So
validated and documented.
Validated. That's why I believe in this. Because I have so many proofs. You see, I study. People who criticize.
Estudyante nyo.
What's that?
She was your student.
Yeah, she was in the class of inner mind development. She did not even know there was going to be a program or exercise like that. She didn't come for that purpose, but she got cured. See, and may medical proof na myoma. Of course, if you say that to a doctor, they will say, "Oh, that was not because of visualization, but spontaneous remission of illness. Talagang gagaling yan." Kasi yung myoma sometimes lumiliit. That's what they will say. It will not be attributed to the image. Okay, fine. Spontaneous remission. Okay. The point is the girl got cured.
Yeah, and it works. It's effective.
Yes, and it works. Doesn't matter what you call it. The point is, di ba? So, yun nga,
May next ka ba na?
It's very difficult to convince the medical community because it sounds nonsensical. I don't know whether we still. Oh, this one herniated disc. This is an engineer. Jelly Pirata was an industrial engineer. She had this slip disc, herniated disc, and she could not stay seated for a long time. It will hurt. When she coughs, it will hurt, and she could not go to the U.S. to get her scholarship because of this ailment. She could not stand being in the plane for 13 hours. So she came to the seminar, and during this session, said, "Represent your problem with an image." She saw, how do you call it? Gears, no? She saw her spinal column to be gears. Kasi industrial engineer siya eh. So, pagka-technical yung kanyang nakita. What is wrong with it? It does not move. It is static, no? It does not move. Okay. From an image that will be the solution to this, what did she see? She saw a can of oil being poured on that thing, what you call it, no? And then she saw it moving, and she heard some cracks in her back while she was doing it. My golly, after this session, she had no more herniated disc, just no more pain. She was able to get a scholarship in the U.S. You see?
Okay. Interesting, Jim. So, napakaganda yung mga ehemplo na binigay ni Jaime Licauco sa atin tungkol sa self-healing through visualization. So, Jimmy, you're saying then, because we have to wrap up, we have last 5 minutes yata, no?
I'm not even one half.
Oo nga, bitin tayo. Wala na ba tayong no follow-up photo? You still have one more? Wala na.
Ang dami pa yan. This is Billy. This is a very interesting case because merong.
Let's talk about it.
This guy is sports-minded and all that, and very athletic. Then he developed some problem with his kneecap and all that, and yung ligament naging nagthin. I don't know what happened to it, but it's very painful, and he could not. He had to walk with a cane, and it would operation would cost about 40,000 pesos, which at that time was very, very expensive. At the time. So he came to the class and taught him visualization. Would you believe he was able to restore the ligament? It got restored, and he was able to walk again using visualization. He gave me Cory, this story is in our book, Super Mind and Super Body. he gave me a written
Right.
letter, and it is in our book, Superman and Superbody. You did not read my
A copy of the
portion.
book. Andiyan ba yung libro? Libro namin ni Jimmy yon. We co-authored the book, Supermind, Superbody. Andiyan pa
Andun
ba
yan.
yung libro?
That story is there. No.
Oh,
Of
Jim,
Billy.
your book, our book. Andiyan pa ba?
Yeah,
sa-
our book. It's selling very well, by the way.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So marami pa yan. All this. I can go on and on and on. But then you said we have no more time, so fine.
How do you explain, Jimmy? Kasi, syempre, kung tutuusin natin in the world of science, there's, say, the law of gravity. What kind of law is this?
It's the working of the subconscious mind through the body. The subconscious mind is so powerful that if you know how to really tame it, no, and use it, it can do wonders. Like this thing in visualization, and also many other things. No? It is now being recognized, no, that the mind exerts a lot of influence on the body. There was one Frenchman, pharmacist, named Emile Coué, I think 18th century, during the time of the Mesmer and all that. And he was doing healing. And the Parisian doctors consider him a quack. He's a quack. He's a quack doctor. Because he is not qualified to do healing. So, but they noticed, yung mga doctors of medicine noticed that their patients who could not cure, when they go to Emile Coué, they got cured. So they sent spies to find out what is this quack doctor doing that we are not doing. How come that these patients are getting cured? And you know what they saw? For every ailment, whatever ailment a person has, Emile Coué would prescribe one thing, to repeat at least 16 times a day the following. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. And they got better.
That is
So
a
he founded
universal
this
affirmation.
process of suggestology. He was the one who began this, no? Suggestology. How by suggesting certain things in your body, the body obeys. That's Emile Coué who started this. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Try it, Cory. I mean, when you're not doing anything, try repeating this and see
Every
what happens.
day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better. Yun, kailangan
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
kaya mga katribo, ayan ang napulot natin kay Jimmy Licauco na self-healing to visualization. Pero marami pa pong mga halimbawa ng mga success stories ng paghihilom ng mga tao na gumagamit ng technique na ito. Jim, for those who want to learn the technique and enroll in your webinar, where can they find you?
Okay, there's it will be shown there. That's it. Daniel is
Schedule of upcoming online seminars on telepathy. Gusto
yes.
ko yan. Sabagay, graduate na ako sa inyo, Jimmy.
Yeah, but it's good to review.
Right, maganda nga mag-review. Kasi syempre, after pandemic, sinabi ko after pandemic, affirmation na yan.
Yes.
After
Yeah,
pandemic.
right. That's true.
Ayan,
Then
so
soulmates, karma, and reincarnation.
right,
February
soulmate.
13th. February 14 is what was that? Valentine's Day.
Day. At so,
Okay.
February 6, ang tagal naman, wala nang iba. What about those for mga katribu na would like to have their own seminar on self-healing, Jimmy?
Pwede, just gather at least 10 people and we'll run seminar any schedule you want.
Okay,
At
yan
least
mga
10.
katribu. Get your group together, mga at least 10 na minimum.
At least 10.
10.
Yes.
Tapos pwede nang maggawa ng seminar o gumawa
Yes.
ng seminar ang ating Batikan na bisita, special guest. Walang
Yeah.
contact numbers, Jim, for those who have questions.
The contact number is cell number 0998 988 6292 and landline is 88107245. It's there. No? Contact
Bakit
us
yung
for-
Supermind, Superbody, wala dyan?
Kasama na yun.
Ating libro, Supermind, Superbody.
Yes. Kasi I'm dealing with the mind. You're dealing with the body.
Oo nga,
Diba?
pero nasaan ang libro? Jim,
Anong nasa na libro?
where is
It's
it?
there.
It's not in your list.
Well, it's not available in my office. It's available at National Bookstore. But this one is the
So the
the
book
one.
is still available in National Bookstore.
Yes, still available.
Supermind, Superbody. Nasaan ang mga royalties natin?
Wala. I don't get it. We should really complain. Ang gulo-gulo ngayon ng Anvil. So
Kasi
that's it.
ayusin po namin yan. Kasi, and Jimmy and I should do our next book for 2022.
Okay.
Dapat
Thank you.
Jim, project natin yan.
Okay. Sure.
Right? So,
Sige.
last words, Jimmy, last words to our Katribu.
Well, the mind is so powerful that if we know how to use it properly, we can gain a lot of advantages. But I have been, for so many years now, I have been talking about it, the inner mind. No? Development Institute created programs to enhance our ability, how to get our goals, how to achieve goals, how to achieve success, and just to using the mind. There are techniques that I have developed that work. But these things work, by the way. It is not something that just
Focus, ha?
I say about it. Just try it, and they will know. They will notice.
Yun nga eh.
It works.
The real proof really is in the eating. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, sabi daw nila. Kailangan talagang maging karanasan po natin yan na sa tingin at saka sa pagka-rekomendasyon ni Jimmy Licauco, tunay na tunay po yun. Kasi this is a science. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Jimmy. God
Welcome.
bless you and Merry Christmas.
Merry
Napakagandang
Christmas.
balita na shared ni Jimmy Licauco sa ating lahat. Mga katribo, so
Okay.
yung kapangyarihan po natin sa paghihilom ay nasa loob po natin. Nasa ating puso, nasa ating kaisipan. And there is a technique. But even then, through prayer and meditation, isang mapayapa at matahimik na kaluluwa, ayan, ating mga karamdaman ay siyang magkakaroon ng paghihilom. Siyempre sa tulong din ng ating minamahal ng Panginoon. So Christmas is upon us and this is our message to you, mga katribo. Ang kapangyarihan po ay binigay na natin, ay nabigyan na sa atin ng ating Panginoon. So, God bless you mga katribo. See you again next week dito po sa Kalingang Katribo.